If you're planning a trip to the snow with your own family, this video will be very helpful for you because I'm going to share everything that I've learned, all my tips and tricks, what works for kids and what doesn't work for kids to hopefully make it easier for you. Alright, so here is a quick breakdown of the clothes that I packed for each child. Obviously, this is just for one child, but if you have more, you will duplicate this for every child. So first we have the outer gear, the outer coat, gloves, snow pants. I bought these bibbed ones and I'll go into why. You need, for the base layer, you need socks, base layer leggings, a thermal shirt, gloves, and a hoodie. And I'll go into more details about why this setup is so perfect for kids. But also I want to show you base layer for adults. We invested in merino wool for the grown-ups because we know we're not going to outgrow them anytime soon. Same thing, wool socks and good quality pants. And this coat, I love this coat. I would wear it even if I wasn't going to the snow. And gloves. Now I'm going to run you through the features that I thought were so important into making this trip a success and why investing in good quality gear is going to make or break your trip. So starting off, the kids' coat, which is, I would argue, probably the most important piece. I got this coat from REI and I got kind of gender neutral colors for everything because I know that my kids are going to outgrow it kind of quick, and since I have 3 of them, I can kind of just hand it down. But one thing that I loved about this coat and I looked for specifically is that the hood can be removed. So there's a little zipper here. You can zip it on. If the kids like wearing this hood, they can wear it. My son didn't, so I just took his off. But just having the option to do so is really great. Also, the snow, if they're not wearing their hood and it's snowing, it can collect inside. It can collect inside of this hood, and then they just have snow, and then they lift it up, it goes down their neck. It's a whole problem. So being able to remove it is really cool. What I loved about this coat is that it had several pockets, like big pockets. The kids can put their, if you're going skiing, they can put their ski gloves in there, tissue for runny nose. Your kids will have constant runny noses. Another thing that probably is my favorite feature is this little clip here. You can clip the gloves to the kids' coats. So each kid can have their own gloves. They can clip it on when they're not using it, and when you're loading them up in the hotel or resort, you can just clip the gloves onto them, even if they're not wearing their coats. So like our kids would be hot walking to the car from the hotel, so I give them their coats with their gloves clipped, and it was a game changer. No one was whining and complaining about having to carry too much stuff or losing their gloves on the walk to the car. Awesome. So definitely look for a coat with a clip. The one thing I would say I wish that this coat did have is like a little outside zipper pocket for the room key or the ski card key, so you can just scan it. The adult coats that we bought did have that, but I wish that the kids coat did have that too. That way they don't have to like dig in their pockets to try and find it. But other than that, I think this coat was perfect for the kids. The snow just kind of like runs off of it. And I did get like a cheaper outfit for my youngest kid, and I could definitely see the snow kind of slowly seeping into it. So definitely get a good quality coat that is water repellent, not just water resistant, because your kids will be rolling around and doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the snow. All of the pockets have zippers. And another really cool feature that I thought was important is the sleeves have this strap that you can unstrap and tighten, but also when your kids put their hands through it, there's this little hole so they can slide their thumb through like this. Imagine their little hands in there, and then you put the gloves over it, and then you peel this part over the gloves, and it's completely snow proof. Like there's no way that snow can get in and get your kids' sleeves wet or get into their hands and make their hands cold. So I thought that was brilliant, and it helped keep them dry. And I would definitely recommend it. I'll see if I can link it down below if you want to check it out. I did buy this on clearance, so I'm not sure if they have them, but REI has great affordable kid options for snow gear. Gloves are also very important. Get water repellent gloves. Don't skimp on the gloves, guys, because your kids' fingers will get cold. Like my kids could still kind of feel the cold after about an hour in the snow, But if we had gotten any less expensive version of these gloves, they wouldn't have been able to last that long. So I love these gloves because they have the clip, so you can clip them to each other, and you can also clip them to the kids' coats. Super handy. Also, these ones, if you let your kids use phones or tablets, they need this kind of like, I'm not sure. It has like this leather texture, so the kids can operate the touch screens without having to take off their gloves. You want to basically just minimize the amount of times that the kids have to take off their gloves, because they have a chance of getting snow in their clothes and getting their shirts and wrist and hands wet and cold. Also, I bought these a little bit bigger, so, and you can kind of like, they have these bungees so you can scrunch them. And if it's a little bit long, it doesn't make that big of a deal when the kids are playing in the snow. My kids didn't complain about it. But again, by gender neutral, so you can hand them down. So now moving on to the pants portion of the outer layer, I bought this strappy, they're called bibs, snow bibs. They're like overalls made for the snow. And we invested in good ones and bought gender neutral so we can hand them down again. And I'm definitely glad that we did, because like I mentioned earlier, I got a more affordable option for my youngest child, and it was not as water repellent. And also down at the bottom, they had this like extra layer. You put this part into the kids' boots, you strap up their boots, and then you slide this down. So they're extra protected from the snow getting into their boots or into their socks. And my youngest child outfit did not have this little option here, and snow did get into her boots because she was rolling around doing snow angels. So definitely going for the little bit pricier options so you can have something that's going to keep them dry longer is definitely worth it. All right, so the last piece of the outer gear is the snow boots. So these are the boots I got for my kids. They're waterproof, so they have like this actual rubber bit here. And there's no straps, but there's no laces, but there is this strap and this bungee to help them kind of tighten and loosen. It has this thick insulated layer, and this is the part that you put that extra sleeve in, and then you put the pants, the outer portion of the pants completely over this, and it's completely snowproof. So these are awesome. They were completely waterproof. These are not ski boots, so if you actually do skiing, you're going to need a different kind of boot than this. But the kids can walk around the streets with this as well, and they didn't complain. They were pretty comfortable, and yeah, definitely a great value. So moving on to the base layer of clothing, I got all of my kids these hats. Let's see if it's going to fit me. But this doubles as earmuffs, so I didn't have to buy earmuffs from them. They just wore this one. My son definitely preferred this over the one that he had attached to his coat. And then it also came with these little knitted gloves. So these are, I guess, more casual gloves. They're knitted, so if you're just walking around the shopping center or the town and you don't need the water repellent ones because they're not actually playing in the snow, these are the ones that you're going to want to have your kids. So definitely having both options for them is important. So next is the socks, and we got merino wool socks for all the kids. I only got 2 pairs per child, so like they wear one and then I'd wash it and they'd have already another set in their drawer for the next day. But yeah, getting merino wool socks is important because if they are walking around and they're not actively playing in the snow, having these merino wool socks will help the snow repel off of them. So definitely cotton is not the way to go for snow, and I learned that. And I'm definitely glad that I did, because even if you're not planning to play in the snow, the kids will probably find snow and want to play in it. So the more protection that they have, the better. The rest of the base layer is usually some kind of thermal leggings and thermal shirt. So I got these from REI. They were pretty good, very soft and comfortable. And the kids will be wearing this. I got the thinnest ones that I could get because the kids will be wearing this constantly underneath their snow pants. So this goes underneath and then they slide it up. And you want them to kind of be like minimal, easy for the kids to deal with themselves, because it's a lot of layers, it's a lot of layers, and it slows them down when they're going to the bathroom. So I got the thinnest, easiest ones that I could find for the kids. And then I didn't get the same thermal shirt. I just got these kind of like basic thermal shirts, and really only because they didn't have the sizes that I needed. So I got these from Target, and it's just a regular thermal shirt. Okay, so now quickly, you're going to be doing the same thing for the adults.
outer layer and base layer. For us, we invested a little bit more and got 100% merino wool base layer clothing because we knew that we'd probably be doing snow trips regularly. Hopefully my kids loved it. Well, I know that they loved it, but hopefully we'll be doing snow trips regularly. And they're super soft, and I know they're going to last a long time, so it's definitely worth it. And it looks pretty good. I didn't get any crazy colors or anything. That way, if I did want to just throw on regular pants and this and just my snow boots and walk around the town, it was okay and it looked fine. Okay, I did want to show you quickly what I meant by what I wish that the kids' coats had. This was my coat, which was amazing. It's also detachable, just like the kids' one, but I didn't buy myself a hoodie. I just used this, and that was fine for me. It kept me warm enough. But if you see here, there's like this little zipper on the adult coats. And this is made for ski lift cards, but you can also put your hotel room card. So like our hotel backed right onto a shopping center. So if you don't have the wrist ones, you can put your hotel room key here and you can just tap it and get into your hotel room, which is great when you have kids and all the gear. You don't have to be fumbling around looking for your room key. So I thought that was pretty cool. And if you can find a kid coat that has the same, I definitely say go for it. My coat also had the same kind of option to have that extra layer of protection. When I'm putting on my gloves, put this on and then you slide this over, and that was really good. I keep my hands super warm and dry. I love that they had this big pocket here. It actually comes with this little microfiber tissue, so I guess to wipe your ski goggles. We didn't ski, but that's good to have. I did put my gloves in here, and then there's another pocket here for like your ID or your phone, and that one is zippered, so that was really cool. And yeah, it was just super warm. It's a nice material, so it looks nice even if you're just walking around. It doesn't look like a snow coat, but it kept me dry. I laid down in the snow and it was fine. All right, so the one last tip that I'd say is to also bring chapstick and tissues if you can buy them and bring them from home. I learned the hard way and had to go make a drugstore stop to get good quality chapstick for my kids and good quality lotion because my kids' skin and my skin got really dry on this trip. So that's another thing I would recommend packing for the snow. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like if you found it helpful, and I hope to see you all in my next one.